Today I'm going to conduct several fascinating and possibly crazy experiments in Dead Rails. With the release of the new location, I've come up with a bunch of strange and interesting ideas that still have no clear answers. So, the only way to find out the truth is to test everything myself. But before we begin, you have a chance to get a free class or even a whole train. All you need to do is complete a few simple tasks, quick and easy. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel within 5 seconds. Not just for me, but for your own luck, because according to an ancient legend, don't subscribe, lose their good fortune for 5 whole years. And we can't let that happen, right? The first experiment. Can you guess what it involves? Of course, true to Dead Rails tradition, it's another flight glitch. Honestly, you'd be hard-pressed to find another game with so many varied ways to fly, and almost all of them look like some kind of levitation ritual. Well, it's time to try out yet another flying experiment in practice. I've already logged into Dead Rails, and for convenience picked the class with a horse. This is important for the glitch. Step 1, pretty brutal but necessary. You have to kill the horse. After that, carefully drag it to the locomotive cab. Next, you need to climb into the cab so the horse stays outside. Now for the interesting part, gently jump onto it without letting go and shoot it at the same time. In theory, your character should shoot up into the sky like a rocket, but something went wrong. It didn't work. We'll have to try again. After what felt like a million years, I realized the secret is not just to shoot, but to hold down the fire button without releasing it. Okay, back into the cab, jump onto the horse, fire, and hold. Wow, it works. We really took off. I was starting to doubt it, but the ritual worked. The flight isn't exactly controllable, though. It feels like the horse is dragging you off to who knows where. It shudders in every direction, as if it's got 2,000 volts running through it. Controlling this is tough. Experiment successful, on to the next one. Now for something else interesting. They say you can easily counter the Goliath just by holding some object in front of you. For some inexplicable game logic, the Goliath doesn't deal damage with its weapon. Yep, the giant Hulk simply slams into you and you take damage. But if something or someone is between you, it's like a shield. I've reached the prison where it hangs out. For my living shield, I chose a prisoner zombie. We wait for the Goliath to spawn. There he is. I grab the zombie, hold it in front of me, and it works. The Goliath bumps into it and can't get to me. Absolutely, he just stomps in place and doesn't deal any damage. But be careful. If you hold the mob at an angle or let go, you'll take damage. As you can see, I already tested that. In any case, the method works, and you can use it to escape safely. The next experiment is again tied to the new location, the prison. It turns out there's a narrow gap in the wall near the entrance that you can slip into, but the Goliath can't. This gives you a great tactical advantage. You can shoot him from a safe spot, and he can't do anything about it. It's also an easy way to survive the night. So I'm looking for that gap. There it is, straight ahead. I try to squeeze through, got in, and sure enough, I'm inside while the Goliath just stomps around outside. Perfect! You can take him down without losing a drop of health. A very handy trick, especially if you play solo or don't want to take risks. Do you think it's possible to block Bandit bullets by holding armor in your hands in front of you? Logically, bullets shouldn't be able to penetrate iron armor, but when you actually wear it and get shot, you take significant damage. What happens if you don't wear it? Let's find out. I grabbed some armor and went out looking for a test subject. I found one, and as you can see, the bullets don't go through the armor when you hold it in your hands. Honestly, I didn't think this would work. I expected the bullets to just pass through. For the next experiment, I'll need the new resurrection potion or the good old emerald mask from Sterling. As you might have guessed, I'm planning to kill the banker, get the bank code, then revive him and kill him again. Previously, this would sometimes result in a secret code where the only digit was 0, but that's been patched. So now I'm curious to see what drops from the banker. All right, I've got the emerald mask and found a town with a bank. We kill the banker zombie and note the given code. Now I use the mask and bring him back to life. Here comes the interesting part. What code will drop now? Wow, it's the exact same code as before. Unfortunately, looks like you can no longer get the secret code. Have you ever wondered what the fire inside houses is actually for? Is it just decoration, or does it actually do something? Can it deal damage to us, or maybe even light a stick of dynamite? Since we're already in the village, let's test this out. I've found some dynamite and a burning house. As you can see, the fire can't ignite the dynamite, and we also don't take any damage from it. So it turns out it's purely decorative and nothing more. But what if we try lighting the dynamite with a Molotov? Sounds pretty logical. I actually think it might work. All right, I'm throwing the Molotov, and nope, nothing happens, which is honestly kind of strange. Right, so what happens if you tried to run over Nikola Tesla with the train? I think a lot of people have wondered about this, since the train is considered the most powerful weapon in Dead Rails. Yeah, it sounds strange, but it's actually true. It would be way too easy if you could just hit Tesla with the train. So let's test it out, activate the bridge, and quickly run back to the train. And now we've hit a problem. Tesla didn't walk along the tracks. He's just standing next to me. Unfortunately, I can't complete this experiment because Tesla will kill me in just 2 hits. And for some reason, he's not walking down the rails. Maybe this was done intentionally by the developers. But we still haven't tested what happens if you try to blow up Tesla with dynamite. All right, I've thrown the first stick, and nothing happened. He didn't even flinch, which is pretty strange. I expected him to at least get knocked back, but nope. Okay, let's try again, especially since Tesla is still nearby. Whoa, where did he fly off? But as you can see, the dynamite barely did any damage. Enter a specific command in the game. The train will start moving very fast without any fuel and will take you to mysterious structures like these. You'll also supposedly be able to open a hangar filled with treasures. To be honest, this looks like either a private Dead Rails server or the admin test server. However, I'll try repeating the commands and we'll see what happens. All right, I've already spawned, and as you can see, there's absolutely no fuel in the train. Let's try entering the command and see what happens. And nothing happens, the train remains in place, so we can conclude that this is a myth. All right, for the final myth, we'll need a portal, 2 gold bars, the pistol from the Tesla lab, and we also need to find a mountain arch. After performing a mysterious ritual, we should be able to find a lot of bonds at the top of the mountain. A long time, I gathered everything we needed and climbed the mountain to confirm whether there were any bonds. And as you can see, there's nothing here. We need to take the portal and place it under the mountain, then take 2 gold bars and position them on each side of the portal. After that, shoot the portal exactly 3 times with the Tesla gun. 1, 2, 3. Let's climb up and see what happened. Well, oh my god! Bonds actually appeared here. Let's try to collect them. And yes, it works. There are exactly 10 bonds.